Beyond the image of strength you project as an Aries, beyond the quick smile, the decisive action, the unstoppable force of nature that the world sees, there lies an ancient history, a destiny written in starlight long before your birth. This message, finding you right here, right now, is not a coincidence. It is an appointment your soul has made with itself. Because karmic astrology is not about a fixed, unchangeable fate. It is about courageously recognizing the invisible tests, the sacred curriculum that your soul chose to build your one true path. So stay with me, not just to discover who you are, but to remember who you are destined to become. Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Anya Sage. As a psychological astrologer, I've learned that the stars don't just dictate our future. They whisper the ancient stories of our soul's journey. And the story of the Aries soul is one of the most profound epics ever written. It begins with a single, powerful question. Have you ever truly wondered why? In a cosmos filled with 12 distinct energies, 12 unique paths, why did your soul choose to be born under the fiery, untamable sign of Aries? This was not a random assignment. It was a choice, a deliberate, courageous choice made in the timeless space before this life. Your soul had a mission, crystal clear and burning bright, to incarnate as the Zodiac's pioneer, to learn the profound arts of courage, of initiative, and of leadership, not just for worldly success, but for spiritual evolution. Aries is the genesis of the astrologically wheel. You are the first breath after the silence of winter. You are the primordial impulse of life itself, the divine spark that leaps across the void between intention and action. Your soul chose this energy because it wanted to be at the forefront of creation. It wanted to learn how to begin. And to do this, it was gifted with extraordinary spiritual tools. Think of your soul as a pioneer, an explorer of worlds both seen and unseen. Your first great gift is the spark of creation. You, Aries, are the cosmic matchstick. Where others see an empty field, you see a future city. Where others see a blank page, you see a declaration. You have an innate, almost cellular level gift for starting things, for breaking new ground, for daring to dream a reality that does not yet exist. Others may be the builders, the maintainers, the finishers, but you are the sacred beginning. You are the one who proves it's possible simply by doing it. To fully grasp this, I want you to step into a scene with me. Imagine you are the very first astronaut, your ship orbiting a planet no human has ever seen. Below you is a landscape of impossible colors and breathtaking strangeness. Mission control is a faint whisper from a world away. There is no map. There are no footprints to follow. There is only the mission. To open the hatch and take that first step. Feel that moment. A deafening silence inside your helmet, broken only by the sound of your own heart beating like a war drum. A universe of fear is trying to pull you back inside to the safety of the known. But there is something else inside you, something stronger, a fire, a pure, unadulterated will that says, I must. It's not about logic. It's not about safety. It is a primal, spiritual imperative to discover, to face the void, to plant a flag not for an empire, but for the sake of possibility itself. That feeling, that blend of terror and exhilaration, that raw force of will in the face of the absolute unknown, that is the soul of an Aries pioneer. That is the energy you carry within you every single day. This leads to your second gift, authentic leadership. Notice I didn't say dominant leadership. True Aries leadership, in its highest expression, doesn't come from imposition or control. It comes from your radical example. You inspire others to be brave because you are brave first. You give others permission to be authentic because you walk your own path with unapologetic integrity. Even, and especially, when it means walking it alone. People follow you not because you command them to, but because your inner fire illuminates a path they were too afraid to walk themselves. And finally, your third gift, perhaps the one this world needs most from you, the power to turn vision into action. So many people live in a world of what if and someday. Their minds are filled with beautiful ideas that remain as ghosts in the attic of their potential. Not you. Your soul's purpose is to be the bridge between the ethereal and the tangible. You are a master of transmuting potential energy into kinetic reality. That flash of inspiration you get at 3 a.m., you're already sketching it out by 4. That business idea others have, it is your soul's great teaching to a world often paralyzed by doubt. And this brings us to the great paradox of the warrior. If your soul is this powerful pioneer, this authentic leader, this master of action, why does it so often feel like a struggle? Why do you, more than any other sign, feel trapped in recurring cycles of frustration, of explosive anger, of a constant, draining need to fight for everything? Why does your greatest gift, your inner fire, so often feel like it's burning you from the inside out? Why the self-sabotage, the impulsive decisions you regret moments later, the trail of burned bridges you never intended to set alight? This is the heart of your karmic story. The answer is not a flaw in your character. It is an echo in your soul. Your magnificent power feels like a struggle because you are carrying invisible baggage from another time. You are fighting the ghosts of battles that were fought long, long ago. The sheer intensity of your inner fire, Aries, is the resonance of deep, profound karmic wounds that your soul specifically came here, in this lifetime, to finally heal. And there are 3 primary wounds that define the Aries karmic journey. The first is the wound of the endless battle. In many past incarnations, your soul was the warrior, the general, the queen on the front lines, the leader whose quick decisions meant life or death for your people. You thrived in crisis. You were forged in conflict. But the war is over, and your soul doesn't always know it. That warrior instinct, so vital for survival then, now manifests as a visceral need for struggle. Even when there is no enemy, you unconsciously create conflict in your relationships, at work, within yourself, because stillness feels unsafe. A lack of crisis feels like a lack of purpose. You live on constant high alert, wearing invisible armor, your sword hand always twitching, ready for a fight. This is why peace can feel so deeply unsettling to you. It's a foreign language your warrior soul is only just beginning to learn. Let me paint you the scene where this wound was born. Picture a past life. You are the leader, a chieftain, a king, a revolutionary. Your people are starving, or your city is under siege. Your council is paralyzed by debate. Time is running out, and in a flash of pure Aries certainty, you see the one brutal, decisive path forward. It requires a terrible sacrifice, sending a legion on a suicide mission, breaking a sacred treaty, making a choice that will save thousands, but will be seen as an act of merciless betrayal by a few. You give the order. Your heart is stone in your chest. The plan works. Your kingdom is saved. There are celebrations in the street. But that night, you stand alone on a balcony, overlooking your cheering city. The victory is real. You feel the weight of the promise you broke. In that moment of profound, isolating leadership, a seed of karmic guilt was planted. The belief that to lead is to be alone, that to win is to cause pain, and that your own impulsive nature, while effective, is also inherently destructive. And that single, lonely night on the balcony, it echoes through time into your life today. This leads directly to the second wound, the wound of betrayal and abandonment. That warrior, that leader, was often betrayed. The soldier you trusted turned on you. The people you saved banished you. The ally you fought for left you behind on the battlefield. These past life experiences of being stabbed in the back or left for dead created a deep, painful scar on your soul. Today, it translates into a fundamental distrust of others. It's why you have such a hard time delegating. It's why you feel, if I want it done right, I have to do it myself. It's why you test people's loyalty, pushing them away just to see if they'll stay. You are constantly, subconsciously reenacting that ancient abandonment, needing to prove to yourself that you can survive alone because once you had to. And the third wound, the one that causes so much inner turmoil, is the wound of impulsive guilt. It is tied to that story of the warrior king. Your soul is on a quest for redemption. It remembers lifetimes where your fire, your speed, your righteous fury, though often well-intentioned, caused unintended pain and collateral damage. You hurt people you loved in your haste. You made decisions that you couldn't take back. Now, your soul longs to heal this. This is why, in this lifetime, you are repeatedly, almost comically, placed in situations that demand the one thing you struggle with most: patience. The universe constantly puts you in traffic jams, in slow-moving checkout lines, in relationships with people who need to process things slowly. These are not punishments. They are training grounds. They are sacred opportunities for your soul to learn emotional responsibility, to master the pause, and to finally redeem the guilt of a fire that once burned too wildly. And these echoes, these karmic wounds, they aren't just ancient history. They are alive right now, shaping the most intimate battlefields of your daily life. Let's talk about love. In love, your great spiritual challenge is to balance your fierce cellular need for independence with the profound vulnerability required for deep commitment. Love for you can often feel like a battle to be won or a cage to be escaped. Your challenge is to learn that true love is neither. It is a sacred ground where two sovereign beings choose to be vulnerable together. Let's make this real. Imagine this scene. You come home, and your partner is visibly upset about something at work. Your Aries mind, that brilliant problem solver, immediately kicks into high gear. You diagnose the issue. You see the flaws in their colleague's logic. You formulate a 3-step action plan. You are trying to fix it. You say, okay, this is simple. Tomorrow morning, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And in that moment, you watch their face fall. The connection evaporates. You feel a surge of frustration, that classic Aries heat rising in your chest. And your internal monologue is screaming, I'm just trying to help. But your partner didn't want a general. They wanted a harbor. They didn't need a solution. They needed presence. They needed you to sit with them in the messy uncertainty, not just bulldoze a path through it. That exact moment of misunderstanding, that is the karmic battlefield of an Aries in love. Learning to put down your sword and simply hold your partner's hand. In your relationships with friends and family, your challenge is to cultivate patience and empathy, to truly understand, deep in your bones, that not everyone moves at the speed of fire. Your gift is to get things done, but your lesson is that true cooperation sometimes means slowing down to accompany others, not just blazing a trail and expecting them to keep up. It's learning that someone else's process isn't wrong just because it's not as fast as yours. At work, your karmic test is to value the process, not just the finish line. Your soul is learning that being first is not always the same as being best. It's the challenge of collaborating with a team when you know you could do it faster alone. It's about learning the strategic wisdom of when to lead the charge and when to be a powerful, supportive part of the battalion. It's the profound lesson that sometimes the greatest victory is one that is shared. And finally, the ultimate battlefield, the one within yourself. Your deepest, most defining spiritual challenge is to become the master of your own inner fire. Notice the word is the world would be a cold, dark place without it. Your destiny is to learn to tend it, to channel its magnificent intensity into a creative forge instead of a destructive fury. To learn the difference between passion and rage, between decisive action and reckless impulse. This is the great work of your lifetime. So you see, Aries, your spiritual destiny, the ultimate purpose of this entire journey, is to alchemize raw impulse into conscious wisdom. Your fire is not meant to destroy. It is meant to illuminate. You are here to be a beacon of raw, unfiltered authenticity in a world that is constantly trying to make everyone the same. You are here to remind us what courage looks like. Your entire life's journey, with all its struggles and frustrations, is a sacred curriculum designed to teach you that true strength is not found in the fight, but in the healing. That true power is not in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. And that true courage, the kind that changes the world, is the courage to be unapologetically, authentically, brilliantly you. When you master your energy, when you learn to wield your fire with love and wisdom, you cease to be just a warrior. You become a catalyst, a way shower. You inspire everyone around you to stop waiting for permission and to start living their own truth. Trust your journey. Trust your passion. Trust that fire within you. The world desperately needs brave souls like you. Souls who are not afraid to love hard, to dream big, and to fight with honor, not for the sake of conflict, but for the sake of light. Now, share your experience in the comments. What spiritual challenge are you currently working on in your life? I would love to read your story and grow with you. To continue exploring this magic together, make sure you subscribe. And finally, if this message resonated, save it as a reminder of the powerful fire you hold within.